Ceremonial handshakes and a nice plaque and certificate for his service at Atlantic City High School.
Yeah, it's really going to be strange next year, Mike, when you go to these games, football, basketball, what have you, and not see Frank Campo around. He's been around so long, and of course it's not just what he does for Atlantic City, but also highly involved in the Battle by the Bay as well, which is an outstanding basketball tournament that he puts on, or the school puts on each and every year, and he's there, and of course he's been a great assistance to us, Mike, and all we do around there, he always has everything prepared for us. Anything we want, he gets it done.
Sure does, and I talked to him before the game tonight, said, hey, last one for you, and he kind of smiled, and you know, he never shows too much emotion. I had dinner with him the other night, got a chance to, I said, how was your dinner the other night? He said, it cost me $80. So Frank Campo, one of the best, being honored today before this game, the final, Atlantic City and Wildwood Catholic.
And the game is brought to you by Boardwalk Honda, the game of the week produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Boardwalk Honda wants your car, and they're paying top dollar. You can visit boardwalkhonda.com as both teams are just getting set to be introduced. And we will await the introductions of players. It's the number 3 seed Atlantic City Vikings taking on the 4 seed Wildwood Catholic. And Mike, some discussion before this tournament started. Some unhappy Wildwood Catholic fans didn't feel they deserved the number 4 seed.
Well, Tony, you know, a lot of people discussed it. Who were going to be the top 4 was known, but how were they going to be seeded was not known. And a lot of people felt that each team had claimed to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. They ended up putting Wildwood Catholic 4. I thought it was fair. You looked around. They had beaten Holy Spirit, but they lost to Atlantic City. They did not play the Prep. Atlantic City and Holy Spirit had split their games, and Holy Spirit beat the Prep and lost to Wildwood Catholic. So some would say they did not deserve that number 1 seed, and then they get knocked out by Wildwood Catholic. And then, of course, Atlantic City beat both Catholic and the Prep, but lost to the Holy Spirit, but lost to the Prep, and the Prep lost to beat Atlantic City, but lost to the Holy Spirit. So it was a 4-way triangle that no one was going to get the right answer. They let it play out on the court, and the 2 best teams are here. Atlantic City beat Wildwood Catholic once. They'll get the rematch. Wildwood Catholic, of course, swept Holy Spirit. So I think Wildwood Catholic has every right to be in this game.
No question about it. When you look at the last 2 years, Atlantic City 21-2 in elimination games. And if they hold a team to 60 or under, they are 18-1. Of course, they are the 2-time back-to-back defending Cape Atlantic League champions. Also, the back-to-back 2-time Group 4 state champions is Atlantic City, so they have a lot of experience in big games like this as the starters are being introduced for the Vikings of Atlantic City. And they'll start Isaiah Graves, 6'2 senior, who has come on and played extremely well, even better than the regular season in this tournament. Lamar Thomas, the 5'10 sophomore who can stick it from deep. Dennis White, the 6'5 senior. Kevin Allen, the 6'3 junior. So they are extremely talented and, of course, played extremely well against St. Augustine, getting the unexpected 22 from Deshaun Reynolds, who also played great defense on Saeed Nelson. That really was the key in the ballgame.
All right, Atlantic City coming in, of course, the number 3 seed in this tournament, 18-6. Wildwood Catholic, the number 4 seed in this tournament. They are 21-4. We're set to bring you this Cape Atlantic League final on 97.3 ESPN and live video at 97.3ESPN.com. The 5 on the floor for Wildwood Catholic there. Traditional 5, which is Cook, McWade, Robertson, and Freeman. That's Eddie and Kevin McWade, respectively. And as Tony mentioned, the 5 on the floor for Atlantic City will be Graves, Thomas, White, Allen, and Pervard as they are set to, and Reynolds as they are set to go. Atlantic City in their home whites with the blue trim. Wildwood Catholic in blue with white and black trim. Atlantic City will move left to right. Wildwood Catholic will go right to left as George McLean is set to tip it off here at the Cape Atlantic League Finals, and Wildwood Catholic has the ball. They'll move right to left.
Mike Graves is not in the starting lineup tonight.
That is true. I do not see Graves out there. It looks like Brevard is in and not Graves. Brevard playing man-to-man defense on Robertson. Robertson on the left wing. Up top for Cook, guarded by Reynolds. Cook between the circles. Cook with a Modest 3 points, but he is really the distributor and facilitator that makes it all come together for Wildwood Catholic. As Lamar Thomas pokes the ball out of bounds, it'll stay with Wildwood Catholic. 30 seconds gone by here in the first quarter. McWade will inbounds in front of the Atlantic City bench. Gets it in the backcourt for Cook. I was talking to Gene Allen after the game the other night, and I said, you got to get the ball out of that Cook's hands because he makes it all go here. He dumps it down into the post, and a left-hand hook shot short by McWade, and the rebound comes down to Dennis White. Here come the Vikings. As Tony mentioned, no Graves in the lineup today.
Dean didn't mention anything about him being injured, but he is not starting.
We'll see if Brian Kniff can find out why that is. Allen is down on the floor with a shot in the paint, no good. The rebound comes down to McWade, so a quick little bunny, and he can't get it to fall. 0-0, 1 minute gone by. Up top for Robertson. Robertson, one-on-one dribble, comes left of the lane. Backs it back out, over to McWade in the wing. In the corner. Down low for Freeman. Freeman double-teamed. He puts the ball on the floor one time. He loses the handle, and Prevard comes up with the miss. So Prevard gets it, and he's fouled. 6:26 to play in the first quarter. We still have no score.
Yeah, you don't want to see that ball going down low to Freeman too often. He's 6'5", about 310 pounds, so he takes up a lot of space. But if he puts it on the floor, that's not good for Wildwood Catholic.
No score here. Minute and a half gone by. Thomas all the way and shoots up the shot. It's short.
On that one, he completed a 4-point play.
Thomas running the point. At the elbow. Kicks it into the corner for Prevard. Back up top for Allen. Allen puts it on the floor and shoots up a wild layup. It's no good. The rebound comes down to Ed McWade, who elbows his way through traffic, and he's fouled. A tough start for Atlantic City, and they kind of look like the team that is not putting a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, well, of course, when you lose your top player, I'm not saying losing as in he's not going to play. He did have an injury in that game against St. Augustine, but he continued to play in the game, so don't know if that has anything to do or any effect here today.
George Cook crosses the timeline with some pressure from Atlantic City. They get it to Jordan Robertson. Robertson gets a screen from McWade. He uses it. Comes to the top of the key, spins right of the lane, kicks it out for McWade. This is Kevin McWade. He puts it on the floor. Over to Robertson. Robertson on the wing. Bounce pass down low to Ed McWade. He gets double teamed. Back to Robertson for three. That's short. No good. The rebound comes down to George Cook. A no-look shovel pass to McWade, and the layup is good. Ed McWade has two, and Catholic leads 7-0 with 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're taking it to Atlantic City, just like Coach DeWeese said they were going to do.
Prevard on the right wing. Back up top for Dennis White. Swings it to Allen. Allen up top at the foul line. Back to Thomas for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, McWade. Kevin McWade in transition to Cook. Cook coast to coast. The layup is good. George Cook gives it a 9-point advantage. 9-0 halfway through the first quarter.
Surprise, I'm sure, for both teams. Unexpected.
Right in the lane. Loses the handle. Does to Shad Reynolds, and it's a turnover. Here comes Wildwood Catholic. Top of the key, Kevin McWade. 3:46 to play. First quarter, 9-0 Crusaders. Cook stutter steps, backs out, gives up the dribble. Into the hands of Freeman on the right wing. Freeman guarded by Allen. Gets it into the hand of McWade. Cross court for Robertson on the left side. Robertson jab steps. Goes to the left, spins to the paint, and the layup is short, and the rebound comes down to Prevard. Transition for the Vikings. Here comes Reynolds. Reynolds with a bounce pass to White, and backs it out to the top of the key, and he gives it off for Lamar Thomas.
Graves getting set to report in, Mike.
Prevard on the right wing. Up top for Lamar. Over to Reynolds. Left elbow jumper. White is short, and the rebound comes down to McWade. 9-0, 3 minutes to play, first quarter. Atlantic City trailing as Wildwood Catholic with the basketball. Full house here. Both decks are filled to the top. McWade to McWade in the corner. McWade, right of the lane, backs it out. Cook. 2.5 minutes to play. Bounce pass stolen away by Reynolds. Now they kick it out to Reynolds, cross court. 2-on-1, and the layup is good for Lamar Thomas. Atlantic City's on the board. 9-2, they trail, and we're going to get a timeout. Gene Allen wants a timeout with 2:23 to play. Timeout, Atlantic City.
Broadcast of Cape Atlantic Lake Sports brought to you with the support of the McMahon Insurance Agency, voted National Flood Insurance Program Agency of the Year, specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance. The McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. Your neighbors at the McMahon Agency send best wishes for a successful season to all Cape Atlantic League athletes. The McMahon Insurance Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. The coverage you need, the service you deserve.
2:23 left to play here in the first quarter. 97.3 ESPN, 97.3 ESPN.com has live video. Thanks to Omer's Appliance. Call 399-4398. You might not get there right now after the game's over, more likely.
You wonder if they called a timeout. Gene did, because Graves is now in and he's changing strategies a little.
Yeah, Graves in the game. McWade with the ball. Wildwood Catholic leads 9-2. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Robertson left of the lane. Robertson a layup, and it's no good. The foul's going to be called on Allen. A blocking foul just outside of the circle. So Kevin Allen whistled for his third foul on Atlantic City. Jordan Robertson will go to the line for the Crusaders.
5 points in the early going for Robertson.
First one is good. Brian Kniff, the third member of our team, is down on the floor. We'll be getting information from him throughout this game. We'll try to find out why Graves was not in the starting lineup as well. Robertson, the second one is good. So he makes a pair. They were excellent from the free throw line in the win against Holy Spirit. 11-2, Crusaders by 9. Into the game for Atlantic City for the first time.
Jamal Williams.
And Williams getting an earlier run than we usually see from him. Atlantic City with Williams on the floor. A three from Allen, and it's short. The rebound comes down to Robertson. Williams, Graves, Allen, Prevard, and White, the five on the floor for Atlantic City. 1.5 to play here in the first. Cook trying to set up that play on the left block. They like to do it so much to McWade. Robertson catches at the top of the key. Comes to the elbow side. Now McWade thought about a three. Cuts the paint, left-hand layup, and it rolls out. White comes down with the rebound. Nifty move, but couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Prevard. Bounce pass for Williams, who goes coast to coast, but no good. He comes up short, hits the deck, gets himself up. And 1 minute to play here in the first quarter.
In all Wildwood Catholic in the early going.
Cook trying to get some separation from Williams. Here's Robertson at the right elbow. Bounce pass to McWade. Thought about a three. Puts it on the floor, left of the lane. McWade with a left-handed layup is strong and good. He's got 4 in the quarter. They lead it by 11, 13-2. We saw Atlantic City score 2 points in a quarter against Holy Spirit the other night. They could not rebound from that. They trail by 11 now with 30 seconds to go. Graves kicks it out to Prevard, and he took steps, and they turn it over. So Graves turned it over on the walk, and Wildwood Catholic will get a shot with 26 seconds for one shot here.
Yeah, they just don't seem like they are seeing each other on offense, and they're not in a flow offensively in this early going.
Kevin McWade with 20 seconds to play in the first, crosses the timeline, gets it for Cook. Cook between the circles, stared down by Reynolds. 14 seconds. Cook goes to the right sideline, backs it out. Cook all the way to the basket. The layup is good. George Cook has 4. 15-2 as Reynolds' half-court shot comes up short, and Atlantic City trails Wildwood Catholic 15-2 as we come to the end of the first quarter.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Brian Bermel and his professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Fix Up Shop, 742 Ohio Avenue in Upseekin, offers great quality, friendly service. All sandwiches available for pickup or delivery. Phone 645-0500. Vic's open 7 days a week, 8 p.m. on weeknights, 9:30 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can also visit Vic's Sub Shop. Robertson and 4 with Cook, who's gotten some good penetration bumped as he looks to drive right side of the lane.
I actually talked to George McLean before the game. I asked him about, Atlantic City likes to pressure, and he said, look, in a game like this, as long as they're not clutching and grabbing, if you got two hands and you're not using those hands to kind of guide the offensive player, we're going to let you kind of be aggressive today.
Here's White on the inbound, head of the key. Leaves it for Tashad Reynolds, center court, veering to his right. Continues to the right sideline, back the other way as he's played by Robertson. With a step down the lane, leaves it underneath for Allen, who cuts in and drops it home.
Kevin Allen, he can score 25 in a game if he gets going here.
Great look and penetration by Reynolds there. It's 15-4 moving it out of the backcourt as Robertson works against Thomas. Spins head of the key. Continues now left side for McWade. Kevin outside on a return for Robertson. Loses controls. Picked up by Thomas. Cross court to Graves. He's down the lane for the scoop that is good.
And Graves, he didn't start the game, but if he gets going too, Atlantic City looks like they're in a better rhythm now. And Wildwood Catholic comes out a little sloppy in the second quarter.
Inbound pass to McWade. Pressure put on by Thomas. Just under 7 minutes left in the first half. Throws to McWade. That's Eddie. Right sideline to the free throw line. Underneath looking for Freeman off his fingertips and out of bounds.
And let me tell you, Tony, Atlantic City is trying to take Cook out now. They've got a man just kind of shadowing him. And Wildwood Catholic's a different team when George Cook doesn't have the ball in their hands. So Atlantic City might elect to go with a box and one on a guy who doesn't score all that much, but he's that important in terms of facilitating and just kind of keeping the tempo. And you saw 2 possessions now. He didn't have the ball. They turned it over.
Inbound pass to Thomas. Jerome Chai comes in, replacing White for Atlantic City. 6'5". Here's Reynolds, head of the key. Reynolds leaves it for Graves deep along the right sideline, and he knocks it out of bounds off of Kevin McWade.
Yeah, off McWade there. Atlantic City picking up the defensive intensity too, and it's helping them on the offensive side of the ball. Let's see how they work in the half-court set.
15-6, Atlantic City down to Wildwood Catholic early in this second quarter. Here's Graves, center court. Graves works against Kevin McWade as he spins to the left sideline. Has a big height advantage over him. With a stationary dribble, now spinning, and they say he steps on the sideline, it appears, and turns it over.
Second turnover for Graves. He walked and now stepped on the sideline.
So the inbound pass to Robertson. Leaves it for Cook. 15-6, Wildwood Catholic. Cape Atlantic League championship game. Left side, Robertson. Watched by Chai with a step to the left baseline. Pump fake, cross court to Cook. Deep in the right-hand corner for McWade. The jumper is good for 3. Deep in the right-hand corner and connects.
That's Kevin McWade, and that was a good extra pass by Cook.
Here's Graves behind the back, and the blocking foul called on Eddie McWade.
Eddie McWade's the inside factor. Kevin McWade is the outside factor for Wildwood Catholic.
So a non-shooting affair. Third team foul on the Crusaders. Graves to trigger. Inbound pass to Allen with a pump fake. Now cuts in, drives, no good, short, gets the rebound. Follows, no good. That was a wild foul. And the rebound to Wildwood Catholic. Here's Robertson down the lane for the floater that is no good, and it's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Wildwood Catholic's McWade.
As soon as Allen did that, Gene Allen walked over and said to Dennis White, I need you in the game now. I need another presence down low, and he replaces Chai.
So Kevin Allen with the inbound pass to Reynolds. 5:35 left. First half, Reynolds moving it across on Robertson. So they have Robertson at 6'4", guarding the point guard for Atlantic City. Veering to his left, to the left baseline. Cross court to Thomas, all alone for 3. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound taken off by Freeman.
And they've gone box and one now. They've got someone just standing with Graves. They've basically taken him out of the game completely on the offensive side of the ball.
Here's Cook shuffling left side. Holds up the dribble. Looking down low, it goes for McWade. Turns to face the basket, backing his way on White to the baseline. Outside, a flip it for Robertson. Three, no good. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Robertson. I don't believe anybody else touched it.
Good ball movement, though, by Wildwood Catholic. I mean, they're getting open looks. That's a long three. You remember, they were playing the college gym, so we have the college three-point line out there, too. He was 2 steps behind the college line. So that's a long one.
4:56 left in this first half of play. 18-6 Wildwood Catholic. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda, 6807 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above, and Brian Romel's sales staff is professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Honda has such an expansive base of loyal customers.
Never came to him. He stayed on Isaiah Graves and it caused the walk.
So here's Robertson moving it out of the backcourt. Graves plays him. He's down the lane with a step for the scoop. It is good.
Really good move there. We see Robertson. He's so athletic. He loves to use that spin move around the basket when there's traffic.
So 20-6 now. Atlantic City down. Here's check that, Reynolds. Center court, it goes to Thomas. Thomas returns to Reynolds. Down low, it goes to White. Deals left-hand corner. Here's Thomas for the jump. It is short. Rebound taken off by McWade, and he's been a big factor on the boards, has McWade been. He is, limits them to just one shot. Here's Cook moving it out of the backcourt. Played by Thomas to the right sideline. Deals for Robertson. Outside, Freeman. Head of the key. Freeman cuts to his left against Allen with a pump fake. Now the short jump, no good, but he was fouled on the play.
Yeah, Freeman, is a big guy, but he is athletic. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit. It's not his strong suit, but people would mistake him because he's so big that he doesn't have a nice touch around the basket. When he gets to the basket, one of the things he likes to do, he likes to do that ball fake, that pump fake, to try to get the defender off their feet. So he's a smart basketball player.
Well, once you are off your feet, it's tough to recover. He's about 310 pounds. First bounces off the front of the rim and drops through.
Yeah, Freeman in the game the other night had 9 points, and Wildwood Catholic in that game from the free throw line was 21 for 23, and they are on their way today. They are 3 for 3 so far.
Brevard checks in for Atlantic City, replacing Dennis White. Here's the second. It is good. So now 22-16. 16-point advantage for Wildwood Catholic. Down the lane is Allen. He banks it home. It rims around and then finally drops through.
He just fired that thing up. Wasn't pretty, but it went down. It just kind of circled the tin and went down.
I'm sure the objective of Atlantic City is to try to get it under 10 by halftime. Left side, it's Cook. Watched by Reynolds. Puts on the floor. Left side. Continues the dribble. Wildwood Catholic spreads the floor. He's down the lane. Underneath, he finds McWade. Pumps and banks it home.
So unselfish, Cook. So many guys would get that deep and put a shot up.
Here's Brevard driving right side of the lane. No good. Gets a rebound. No good. And the rebound snared by Freeman. Gives off to Cook. Cook works the left side, calls out a set play as he moves it across against Reynolds. Continues. Down low, it goes to McWade. Turns for the bank, that is no good. Tap no good, and the rebound comes down to Reynolds. Reynolds accelerating across the timeline, and he is bumped and picks up the personal foul. He was fouled, and team foul number, I believe it's going to be number 5. Let's see.
Wildwood Catholic runs that play often. They go to the block on that left side. He goes, McWade's left-handed. They go down on that left block a lot, and McWade coming up short on that one. As Freeman takes a seat, Will Bell gets his first minutes.
24-8, 2:45 left in the first half. Thomas, right sideline, played by Cook. Outside Brevard, swings it left sideline to Reynolds. Reynolds spinning, outside for Kevin Allen. Returns to Reynolds, but it's poked away and taken by Wildwood Catholic.
And again, they are face guarding Graves all over the place. I mean, they are just putting one defender on Graves the entire time.
Here's Cook. 2:20 left in this first half of play. 24-8 Wildwood Catholic. Cook accelerating on Thomas down the lane, and he has his shot blocked, but they said he was fouled. Got him by the body.
Well, they're either going to get Graves or they're going to get Thomas here. It looks like Thomas is the guy, and he wasn't happy about it. And Atlantic City's going to call a timeout. 2:16 left to play here in the half.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Brian Burrell and his professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. And Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service, expert advice. Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. Open Monday through Friday from 8 till 7, Saturdays till 6, Sundays 8 till 4. Help just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com.
All right, we'll go courtside. Brian Kniff has an update on Atlantic City.
All right, Mike G. Allen in the huddle with Atlantic City telling his kids he's not real happy with their help side defense. Wildwood Catholic getting into the top of the lane, there's no help defenders coming across. And he's also not real happy with the way they're letting Eddie McWade get too deep on some of the post-ups. So obviously right now, Gene Allen more concerned with his defense than anything else. Guys?
Thanks, Brian. And that's a real good take by him. Good take by Gene to say, hey, look, we need to play better defense. That's their hallmark. They're not an offensive juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination, and they're going to have to score points off that defense. So Brian's right, or Coach Allen's right. They got to play better help side defense to generate those steals and those tips and those outlets.
Well, he said one of the keys is weak side help and also denying that entry pass, and he's just not happy about the way it's been getting done here in this first half of play, and the score shows 24-8. First is good.
George Cook against Holy Spirit the other night. 3 for 3 from the line, 0 for 5 from the field, though. I mean, he's just not an offensive weapon for this team, but he's so very important.
Second also good.
Six today, though.
So an 18-point advantage for Wildwood Catholic. 8 points thus far in this game. We only have 2:07 left in this first half of play. Here's Graves. One hops right side for Thomas. Up high it goes for Allen. Loses control, but then it deflects off the hands of Bell and out of bounds. Last touch by
Holy Spirit. I mean, Atlantic City looked like this against Holy Spirit the other night, where they just looked disinterested. They looked like they were out all night the night before. Maybe they need halftime to get here, and you'll see a different team in the third quarter. But if they don't hurry up and show some life and some energy, Wildwood Catholic's going to run away with this game.
Here's Graves along the left sideline. Kevin McWade on him. He's got a step. He's down the lane, right-hand corner. 2 Reynolds outside Thomas. The long-range jumper is no good, and McWade snares the rebound.
Long range, he shot it from the Parkway. I mean, he was way out there.
1:40 left, first half.
You wonder if that second line sometimes gets these kids a little confused.
Yeah. Here's Cook driving the baseline for the reverse. It's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Atlantic City.
Blocked by Kevin Allen there. There's the help side. I mean, you get Cook going baseline, and then the help defender came on the block, and Kevin Allen got the block shot. You know, if Wildwood Catholic hits a deuce here, they're going to be up by 20.
Inbounding is Cook. Taking a long time. It comes to McWade. Eddie in the right-hand corner. Watched by Allen. Holds it high over the head. Puts on the floor. Now reverses. Looking down low. Fires cross-court pass intending for Catholic's Bell.
I'm wondering if Gene Allen's saying, guys, go ahead and shoot these. You know, they're chucking these things. I mean, they're 2 feet behind the college three-point line, a lot of these three-pointers. And by the way, there's less than 30 seconds left. Atlantic City has 8 points in the half.
Here's Reynolds. Works against Robertson, right sideline. Off the pick from Graves. Continues to dribble, looks to go behind the back, has it taken away, then recovers right baseline. Drives the baseline for the scoop that is good, so lots of dribbling, but he finally able to cash it in. 3 seconds left. Here's Robertson, deep along the left sideline. And no good, but did he get fouled? See if they made a call. Doesn't appear they did at the end of the first half of play. Or did they?
Atlantic City doesn't think so. They're walking off the floor. Dave DeWeese is saying number 4, I believe. Dave DeWeese is fuming right now. So it's halftime. 26-10 is the score. Wildwood Catholic.
They have 14 points in the paint to 10 and 9 points off turnovers to 4, all of which has led to this 16-point lead by Crusaders here at halftime. Guys?
Thanks, Brian. And Wildwood Catholic 26-10. They lead Atlantic City here in the boys' finale. And in the girls' finale today, it was Wildwood Catholic falling to Middle Township, and the coach, John Leahy, joins us here at halftime. Congratulations to you, Coach.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You know, for a time there, it was funny. I was down on the floor, and I looked up, and I said, man, it seems like Middle has just never been in the game.
Yeah.
In the time it took me to walk back up the stairs, you were in the lead all of a sudden. It seemed like a big flurry kind of brought you back and then surpassed, and then you held on late there.
And they have a good team. They did get a lot of publicity, and they deserve it all. I mean, they're having a great year. I think they're 20-6 or 20-5, whatever it is. They've here, so I mean, they deserve all the credit that they get. But I'm not sure if there's a 20-win team that flies under the radar better than we do, because it seems like we win 20 every year and nobody ever talks about us. But it really doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some of our kids sometimes, but it doesn't bother me. I always tell them, you know, I'd rather be people and writing articles about us in March than December and January, because that means we're having a good year and we put ourselves in a position to win.
And I guess real quick while we got you here, you know, you see this game, a little bit of a surprise to many people, 26-10 Wildwood Catholic.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Wildwood Catholic's winning. I think Wildwood Catholic probably does have the better team. I'm surprised that they're winning by this much. But similar to us, it looks like Atlantic City's been struggling to make shots from the perimeter. I think they have all their points in the paint, you know. So, you know, now they're in a spot. Atlantic City's got to make a little bit of a run here and try to cut into this going into the fourth quarter. But, you know, Wildwood Catholic have a real good team. I mean, they have a nice team. They're well coached. So, you know, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully Atlantic City can make it tough.
Much like you said, they put their sleeves up too, this Wildwood Catholic team.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they got tough.
Need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. They are outrageously dependable. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Brian Ramel and his professional staff serve you at Boardwalk Honda. Join them. Boardwalk Honda, Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. So we are in halftime, 5:18 on the clock until we start this second half, and live coverage of Atlantic City Vikings basketball is brought to you in part by Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, just down the street from Atlantic City High School. The neighbor with the best burgers, Vagabond, features 9th period happy hour every Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House open weeknights until 1 a.m. until 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Join your fellow Viking fans at Vagabond. And live coverage of Atlantic City Vikings basketball also brought to you in part by Dino's of Margate. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 11:30 p.m., serving award-winning subs and pizza. Great breakfast menu as well. Dino's delivers all over, including the beaches. Call 822-6602. Dino's, 8016 Ventnor Avenue in Margate.
All right, Brian Kniff, courtside with head coach Dave DeWeese as we're about to start the second half.
All right, here with Coach Dave DeWeese. Dave, you know, Atlantic City's known as one of the more physical, tougher teams around. You had to be real happy with how you played physically and tough in the first half.
Yeah, our defense was very good.
Brian Kniff, courtside live video of the second half can be watched, streamed on our website, 973ESPN.com. And don't forget, fans of Cape Atlantic League High School basketball, the state tournament begins. We're going to go courtside. Brian Kniff with Gene Allen.
All right, thanks, Mike. Coach, what do you got to do better in the second half here?
Everything.
Defensively?
Everything.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Greg Popovich over there. .com, and of course, the caveat is, weather permitting, Monday night, where in Ocean City plays Toms River. Oakrest is in action. Mainland, Hamilton, Wildwood, all on the boys' side in action in that first night on Monday. All could be in peril with the impending blizzard of 2014 coming barreling down on us here. Barreling down on Atlantic City is a 16-point deficit. They trail 26-10, and for the third quarter, here's Tony Blum.
Atlantic City already back on the court. They will start Allen, Graves, White, Thomas, and Reynolds. They do trail 26-10. 10 points and a half, not what you're looking for if you're Atlantic City. And Gene Allen, very succinct. What do you have to do better on defense? Everything. What do you have to do better on offense? Everything. So he put it pretty clearly, and I'm sure he communicated that in no uncertain terms, using, I'm sure, a little bit different language than that at halftime.
Possibly.
So anyway, Atlantic City down by 16, and Wildwood Catholic with the basketball to start this third quarter. It'll be Eddie McWade triggering from the near sideline. And a hold immediately on Deshaun Reynolds as he holds Cook. Picks up a personal foul, Mike, and not 1/10 of a second went off the clock, and they've already got a personal.
Yeah, and Reynolds has 2 fouls. It should be his first foul, just 2 points in the game. He had 22 in the game the other night. So they're going to need to get him going here. Somebody's got to get going for Atlantic City.
So we'll do it again as Wildwood Catholic lines up in a straight stack on the inbound, and it comes to Cook in the backcourt. Reynolds bodying him. Cook starts out. Moving it across as he veers to his left off the pick from Freeman, and that's an extra large screen when you get it from Freeman. Down low it goes to McWade. As Coach said, we're going to try to get it down low, and McWade cans it again as he spins and drops it home.
8 points for McWade.
Here's Thomas coming from behind. To knock it away is Kevin McWade. The steal. Ahead it goes for Eddie McWade. Left side Robertson along the left sideline. Outside to McWade. That's Eddie. Looking to bring White away from the bucket. Sends cross court to McWade. Watched by Graves. On Isaiah Graves, it's not going to work out. I mean, McWade's 6 feet and Graves 6'2", but has very strong offensive abilities. He can stick it outside and also take it to the hole. Inbound pass to Reynolds, loses control, but then recovers nicely, but throws it away. Intending for Thomas, but out of his reach.
But Reynolds he didn't catch the ball. You throw him an inbounds pass and he doesn't catch it, and he's trying to blame the other guy for not being ready for the pass. That's on him.
Yeah, Reynolds will take a seat, replaced by Prevard. Inbounding will be McWade. That's Eddie. 6:04 left third. 30-12. McWade working it up court against White. Right side. Continues the dribble. Now spins back the other way to the free throw line with a step. He's down the lane for the scoop. It is good.
Wide open. The lane just parted.
A 20-point advantage for Wildwood Catholic. Here's Graves. Graves is down the lane for the scoop. It is no good. Rebound tap, no good. And the rebound snared by Freeman. Gives off to Cook, left side. 32-12, pardon me, right side. McWade, that's Kevin. Works against Graves. Poked away from behind by Graves and taken by Kevin Allen. Allen, up court right side. For Graves, puts on the floor, spin, check that, that's Thomas, spins, but it's knocked away, rejected on a nice play from behind by Kevin McWade, check that, Eddie McWade, pardon me, one bounce to McWade by Cook down the lane for the scoop, it is no good, he was out of control, but it's rebounded by Kevin McWade, right side for Robertson, watched by Allen.
That ball should have been a Viking rebound. Dennis White just watched it hit the floor. Wildwood Catholic just had more hustle.
Here's Cooks, veering to his right. Down low, it goes to McWade. Cuts in, and his shot is blocked, but he was fouled on the play. So McWade in this third quarter, Mike, really been exerting himself, and pretty much what Coach DeWeese said they were going to do, they're doing it.
He's got 4 in the quarter, but he's been really active. And then Kevin McWade, that's a missed shot. The ball hits the ground, and Dennis White standing right there, made no attempt to go after it. And Kevin McWade ran from one of the blocks and just said, if you want to let the ball sit here, I'll go get it. You could tell that this means something to Wildwood Catholic.
First is good.
This game means something to Wildwood Catholic, and Atlantic City, who has won this game twice, just doesn't have that energy and passion for this game today.
He gets another now, 33-12. He hits them both.
And they're perfect from the line today. 8 for 8.
22-point advantage for Wildwood Catholic. 4:42 left in the third. Graves, right side. One hops up high for Thomas, left side Prevard. Down low it goes to White. White double team, cuts in for the short flip that is no good. Gets his own rebound, and it's going to be a rebounding foul against Wildwood Catholic as they're staying at the same end.
Dennis White, every shot that Atlantic City seems to be putting up keeps coming back out. They can't get anything to fall around the basket.
Fouls on McWade. That's Eddie. Inbound pass is tipped and taken off by Cook on the steal. He's to the forecourt head of the key. Leaves it for McWade, right sideline. That's Eddie. just holding the basketball against White. Puts on the floor. Deals right-hand corner for Robertson. Watched by Brevard. Looking to flip down low for McWade. Instead continues down the lane for the floater that is good. And he was fouled on the play.
Jordan Robertson got a lot of strength. He's so athletic. Goes one-on-one with the defender to the basket and just powered that one up over Brevard. And that's a senior taking one over a sophomore there. Just a stronger kid.
Looking for the three-point play, and he gets it.
Interesting. Brian Nolan into the game for the first time. An energizer guy for this team, did not play at all in the first half.
37-12. That's correct. Wildwood Catholic. Graves triggers to Thomas. 4-10, left third. Thomas moving it across on Cook, left side. Thomas, free throw line for the pull-up. That is short. Rebound taken off by White, tipped up, and loose, grabbed off by McWade. Kevin, up court, has it tapped away but recovers, deals left sideline for Robertson. Puts on the floor against Thomas. Spins down the lane for the short flip. No good. Gets his own rebound. The follow is good.
That shot's not falling for Atlantic City today. That shot's going down every time for Wildwood Catholic. And the Vikings turn it over. This is just a disaster for them today.
Yeah, inbound pass to Graves, but Graves could not handle. Loses out of bounds, and it's 39-12. Wildwood Catholic, 3:40 left in the third. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Connect with Brian Vermel of the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. And there's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at just 4 wheels on the White Horse Pike and App. Inbound pass to Eddie McWade, right sideline.
Wildwood Catholic here, that's the first time you've really seen them turn the ball over, do something sloppy on the one end, but Atlantic City could not convert on the turnover.
So inbounding will be Graves underneath his own basket. It comes to White for the short flip that is in and out. As you mentioned, White, they just, Mike, they can't get anything to go. That one was an easy bucket, but just would not fall for Dennis White. Here's McWade. McWade spins down the lane for the scoop that is no good. Rebound is tapped and taken by Graves. Graves breaks quickly. Cuts to his left. Loses possession, now recovers to the free throw line. Graves leaves it right-hand corner for Reynolds. Outside Allen. Allen is bumped and it's loose on the floor and picked up by Cook, but a whistle on the play. Let's see who they call it on. It might be on Dennis White. That's what it's going to be.
5 very good players. I think they underestimate. Robertson's very good. McWade's very good. But I think the other 3 guys get underestimated how important and good they are.
Here's Robertson, played by Graves. Works the left side. Gives off to Cook. Cook, center court. Graves picks him up on the switch. Up high it goes to McWade. Returns to Robertson. Hit of the key. One hops right-hand corner for Robertson. Down low McWade. Played by Reynolds. Outside Cook. Calling out a set play with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this third quarter. McWade, right-hand corner. Outside for Kevin McWade as he shuffles right side against Thomas. Cross-court pass for Freeman down low for the short flip that is no good, but he is fouled on the play.
You know what they're doing, though? I mean, they run some clock there, a dribble drive, and nice awareness by Kevin McWade to hit that bounce pass on the opposite block. They're running plays, and they're running circles around Atlantic City right now.
Yeah, they just seem to know what the coach wants them to do. They've executed it extremely well, and that's what he said. We've just got to execute, and that's exactly what they've been doing in this game. First is off the back of the rim by Freeman, no good. Sometimes you draw it up, but it's not always the same as what occurs on the court, and today it has gone that way for Wildwood Catholic.
Look, I mean, Atlantic City, John Leahy said his girls' team didn't look like they came off the bus in the first half. Atlantic City, I don't even know if the bus got here.
Second is good by Freeman. Has 3.
That free throw he missed was the first miss from the line for Wildwood Catholic in the ball game.
Back in the ball game is Dennis White.
Yeah, I saw Dennis White earlier. I mean, he's on the court. He's yawning. I mean, this Atlantic City team just looks like they're disinterested.
Inbounding is Allen. Comes to Graves. Time running out here in this third quarter as Graves accelerates on McWade. Down the lane for the scoop, no good. And out of bounds, last touch by Atlantic City. And there's a perfect example, Mike. I mean, that 9 times out of 10, he's going to make that.
Well, the whole day's been like that. I mean, Atlantic City's getting good looks, too. It's not like they're, in the first half they were settling for long threes. They're taking layups here in the third quarter. They can't get in the fall.
Here's McWade, Eddie. Laid by White. Center court, moves it across, sends right side for Kevin. Down the lane, but a scoop, no good. Rebound with position taken by Allen. Outlets to White. Up court it goes for Williams, left side. Williams to the baseline for the scoop. It is no good, and he's called for the offensive foul. Picking it up is McWade.
Out of control. I mean, just trying to make plays happen. I can understand it. Taking the ball to the basket, thinks he has a lane. And I think this is just the first time Moretti's in the game. They've only made really one sub. They put Will Bell in the first half, and now Moretti here in the second half.
So inbounding McWade. Comes to McWade, left side, cross-court pass for Moretti. Moretti watched by Graves, pulls up the dribble, fires underneath, all alone for the short jump. Was that Bell? That was Bell.
I mean, they're just finding the open man all day long.
42-22, a 30-point advantage for Wildwood Catholic. Down the lane is Thomas, and Thomas is fouled. And he'll move to the free throw line to shoot two. Well, you said this game might be decided. If it's not decided, Mike, that'll be probably as big a shock as the fact that they're ahead by 30, because they're leading by 30 and there's only 53.7 left in this third quarter. If they can come back from 30 in the fourth, we got a news story.
We do, and this free throw here allowed Atlantic City to not have two two-point quarters in the same day.
42-13.
That's the third point in the third quarter here. This would be the fourth. Now, this is unbelievable.
Talk about an offensive drought. Worse than California's right here. Second, no good. Rebound to McWade, gives off to Cook. Cook has trouble with a dribble, but recovers as he moves it across against Thomas, right side. Sends right sideline.
Vineland team that just beat them 2 weeks ago. We'll have that game for you on 97.3 ESPN. Atlantic City in the game trails 42-13. We'll go courtside with Brian Kniff.
Guys, with Atlantic City really needing a big run in the third quarter to get back into the game, they come out and shoot 10%, 1 for 10 from the floor in the period, and they are only 6 for 33 for the game. Meanwhile, Wildwood Catholic is 15 for 33. And Wildwood Catholic's also getting to the line and converting. They are 10 for 11 from the line, as opposed to Atlantic City just 1 for 2. And Wildwood Catholic again out-rebounding the Vikings 24-19. And this is, at this point anyway, certainly an extraordinary effort, especially on the defensive end by Wildwood Catholic, guys.
Thanks, Ben. Final 8 minutes to go in somebody's Cape Atlantic League season. Both teams will have NJSIA playoff games to perform in. But this is the final Cape Atlantic League game of the year. And Atlantic City has the basketball. Down 42-13. Three-point shot on the way for Allen to start the third. And he connects. So, Kevin Allen, maybe they'll make it interesting. We'll find out. Atlantic City with the pressure. Starters on the floor for the Vikings. And, of course, for Wildwood Catholic, they're 5. Robertson gets it down to Bell, and it's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Crusaders. So Bell, the one non-starter in for Freeman for the Crusaders. Now Brian Nolan into the game for the Vikings for Brevard.
In this game, Mike, the only quarter that's been competitive this
shot, mid-paint goes. Robertson with 2 more. He's having a game. Tough shot, 44-16, Catholic. Jordan Robertson opened this game up with 7 first quarter points, and he's kept it going. 3 on the way for Allen. Short rebound. Wildwood Catholic comes at it with Jordan Robertson. 3 on 2. And the Vikings get back. Stolen away by Reynolds. Reynolds throws it to Nolan. Now Thomas left of the lane, stutter step, shot blocked, and a foul.
Yeah, he cut between 2 defenders for Wildwood Catholic and knew he was going to get fouled, and he did. So Atlantic City causing a few turnovers here late in this game, but when you're behind this far, it's really difficult because you can't trade baskets, obviously. You've just got to go on a run and then completely shut down the other team. That's going to be very difficult.
2 shots coming for Lamar Thomas. First one is good. Second one coming. 2 for 3 from the line today.
Wimbush now in the game, replacing Graves.
And the second one is good. So Lamar Thomas hits a pair. That's Najee Wimbush and Jamal Williams now in for Lamar Thomas.
And you wonder at this point with that huge deficit if Gene's just going to try to play some people.
Kevin McWade, cross court, stolen away, and out of bounds goes Reynolds as he dives on the floor. He had a steal, but he dives on the floor out of bounds to make that steal. McWade will inbound. McWade gets it to Freeman. Freeman just kind of standing there with 2 hands wrapped around the basketball. He hands off for Cook. Cook is trapped, and he gets it to Freeman. Freeman down on the block, and a jam by Robertson. Jordan Robertson with 4 in the quarter and 2 more on the stuff.
Of course, that's the way he ended the Holy Spirit game, with an emphatic stuff right there. 46-18. Wildwood Catholic, 6:25 remain.
That's his 20th point of the game. Thomas splits the lane, layup, short, rebound, comes out to Kevin McWade. And McWade loses it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Atlantic City. 46-18 with 6:15 left in the game. This one's been all Catholic. And more basketball here tonight, the NJAC final here at Stockton College at 7 o'clock. Atlantic City will trigger just left of the basket. And there is an official's time down on the floor. Now they'll restart the game. 3 ball in the corner by Thomas is long. He gets his own rebound. A scoop shot, and it's good. Lamar Thomas with 2. Makes it 46-20. So Atlantic City's actually scoring in this quarter, which is more than it did in the first and the third quarter.
Yeah, but they need 20 minutes in this quarter to make it happen.
McWade kicks it into the corner for Robertson. Cross-court pass for Cook. Cook catches. Atlantic City's really just running all over the place. Down on the block for Freeman, and a layup is good. The assist for Cook, 48-20. Thomas crosses over, cuts the lane, scoop shot, no good, rebound McWade. And McWade gets tussled to the ground by Dennis White, and a foul. So Dennis White will be whistled for, I believe, his 4th personal foul. And now Najee Wimbush jumps off the bench, as does Jamal Williams.
At this point, Atlantic City gambling on defense, and Wildwood Catholic is up for the task as they find the open man underneath. And on offense, Atlantic City just seems to be playing one-on-one here, Mike. No really running of the offense.
And Atlantic City, or it should be Wildwood Catholic, will send Kevin McWade to the line. So McWade, who has just the 1 3-pointer, misses the free throw. Now the ball's on the ground, and it's been that kind of day. Wildwood Catholic picks up the loose ball. Freeman back to Cook. Cook at the elbow, cuts the lane into the corner. Robertson thinks about a 3. Cross-court pass, nearly stolen away. McWade goes baseline, puts up a high shot, no good. Rebound to White. White outlets it to Reynolds, and it's fouled by Clint Freeman in transition.
Yeah, you're right. It's one of those Murphy Laws type of game, Mike. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I mean, they've had shots that have been halfway down that have come out, and they have had plays like the one you just saw there where White had the rebound, loses control, and now Gene Allen substituting again.
If you want to see what is happening, live video at 973ESPN.com as a layup by Lamar Thomas goes down. So he's got 6 in the quarter. 48-22 with 4:55 to play. Inbound. They get it to Robertson. Half court. Robertson. Foul line. Robertson to the paint, and it's good, and he's fouled. Jordan Robertson with 20
of it.
Atlantic City obviously was playing for a 3-peat today, unless a miracle of epic proportions happens. and it doesn't snow tomorrow, Atlantic City's not winning this game. And the second one is no good. Although I will trade an Atlantic City comeback for no snow.
There you go. Yeah.
Sorry, Wildwood Catholic. I don't like the snow. Left of the lane. Thomas's scoop shot is blocked away. Cook. Bounce pass. It's stolen back by the Vikings. Now it's on the floor. Wimbish hooks it up. His outlet pass gets tipped. Now it's on the floor. And 8 bodies get it. And Will Bell comes out of it with the ball. His layup is no good. The rebound comes down to Allen. And there's a foul on Wildwood Catholic. We'll see who they call it on. It looks like Jordan Robertson will walk the floor.
Yeah, if you didn't know better, you would swear you'd watching rugby on that one, Mike. I mean, that was your classic scrum right there. And
Tashad Reynolds back in. Jamal Williams out. Kevin Allen at the line for Atlantic High. And Kevin Allen in the game with 7 points. Allen, free throw, good. Clint Freeman back in, Kevin McWade back in, Robertson and Bell coming out.
yeah, Allen's kind of a wild card. I mean, if he plays well, Atlantic City does well themselves. And as you said earlier, he can put up 20 or 25.
Actually, Robertson's still in the game. It was Wise leaving the game. Rebound comes down to Smith on the miss, or excuse me, Freeman on the miss. 51-25, 3:52 to play. Wildwood Catholic turns it over. Freeman trying to get it to Cook. He just threw it out of bounds. Atlantic City will inbound. They trail by 26. They've inbound to Kevin Allen for a deep three, and that is way off the mark. Air ball, and Wildwood Catholic will get the ball back.
Yeah, at this point, when you're down by 26, why not?
Chris Marsh into the game for the first time for Atlantic City.
And Marsh playing Freeman.
A couple big fellas.
Marsh, of course, is a football player.
Crossing the timeline, gets it to McWade. 3:38 to play in the game. 51-25. 97.3 ESPN and 97.3ESPN.com has the video. We'll have interviews after the game. I'm sure Brian Kniff will be catching up with the winning coach.
Yep, at the free throw line again is McWade, and he was the key early in this second half, Mike. I mean, they said they wanted to coach. We said we want to go down low, and he did his job.
12 points for McWade. He had 20 in the win against Spirit. Well, and you wonder, Wildwood Catholic, a lot of people thought, wow, the way they won that game the other night, would they have a letdown today? Boy, quite the contrary. They might have played better today than they played the other night. Reynolds, bounce pass. Thomas, elbow. Veers out for three, and that is way off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Reynolds. Tashad Reynolds. Left of the lane, in the paint. Left-hand scoop shot, no good. Rebound, McWade. I mean, every rebound, every loose ball, every bucket seems to be going Wildwood Catholic's way. Wimbish going to be whistled for the foul. So Najee Wimbish, as you would assume at some point soon, these benches will empty. Although Wildwood Catholic, you get into the situation, you get that feeling of, hey, we're not going to take the foot off the pedal. We're winning this thing. This is the first time we've ever been here, and we're going to go all the way to the end with the guys that got us here.
True. But then you also say, well, maybe there's some seniors on the team that aren't playing that we do want to get in the ball game just to get an experience of this game as Redfern checks in for Atlantic City.
So Atlantic City and Redfern's interesting. He's a guy who got some minutes in the game against Holy Spirit the other night. Lacion Redfern, as the second one was no good. Reynolds at the elbow, spins into the paint and gets fouled. So Atlantic City will have to enter for the first time in 2 years the Cape Atlantic League tournament, or excuse me, the NJSA state tournament on a losing streak. And here's Tashad Reynolds at the line.
That's true. They are the two-time back-to-back Cape Atlantic League champion, and of course, back-to-back Group 4 state title as well.
And the free throw is no good, although it looks like there's a lane violation, so he'll get another shot. Yeah, and I mean, look, they are still the number 2 seed in Group 4. This isn't a team that's a dark horse, or a lot of people aren't counting them. They are still the 2 seed in Group 4, so there are some expectations for this Vikings group. And the free throw this time goes down, so Tashad Reynolds will get a second. 54-26 with just under 3 minutes to play here in the basketball game. You're going to want to see the celebration if it anything matches what happened the other night in Hamilton for Wildwood Catholic. Got a jump ball, and it will be Wildwood Catholic ball. The Crusader girls fall today, but the boys pick up the slack.
Kind of the reverse with the girls. They were leading big time. I believe it was like 22-6 early on for the girls, Wildwood Catholic girls, that is, but they just couldn't hold that lead, and Middle Township comes back at the end to win it.
Robertson one-on-one with the basket, and he goes with the jam, and he missed it. He went one-on-one with the hoop, and he just got it off the back of the rim, and the ball goes bouncing into the first row. So Atlantic City will get the ball back with 2:49 to play, trailing 54-26. Wimbish baseline. Wimbish shot no good. Rebound McWade. Outlet pass. Robertson with a jam. Jordan Robertson with a two-hand stuff makes it a 30-point lead.
Yeah, that time made use both hands.
And Wildwood Catholic is going to empty their bench. Wimbish, Williams in the corner for Redfern. He hits a three. So Redfern off the bench with a three. Atlantic City down by 27. McWade goes baseline. Ball fake, kick out. McWade at the elbow, kicks it out to Cook. 2 minutes to play in the basketball game. Cutting, Kevin McWade, layup good. Clinic. Kevin McWade has 5. 58-29. Williams slips and falls. He was fouled. He collides with Ed McWade, and Ed McWade getting up a little gingerly there. You want to get him off the floor now. Thank you very much.
That's true. They've got that state tournament coming up, and here come the subs.
Wholesale changes for Wildwood Catholic. And hugs and handshakes as a new 5 enter the floor for the Crusaders. Wildwood Catholic, the inevitable about to happen here, as they will improve to 22-4 with this victory.
And their 13th straight as well.
They thought that maybe they should have been the number 1 seed. As it plays out, they were right.
They will win it. Yeah.
Wholesale changes. Malcolm Darby into the game, who has the basketball right now in your video. Darby, the left hand, he gets trapped and he walked. No call on that. Oh yeah, they got the walk. Also, it looks like Trey Smith for Wildwood Catholic. Trying to get these numbers for you. They're kind of running around without us being able to see them clearly. Try to mention everybody's name here before the end of the game. Williams for Atlantic City with the ball. They trail 58-29. 3 ball on the way, and it's short. The rebound comes down to Smith. It hit the net. It looked like it almost went through the net, but it hit the net. Smith, cross court for Darby. Darby loses the basketball, puts it back on the floor. Darby kicks it out, and it's stolen away. Atlantic City in transition. Redfern leaves it off, and the layup is no good for Williams. The putback is no good. I mean, that ball just refused to go through that hoop for Atlantic City today.
It's almost as if it does have a lid on it for the Vikings. I mean, we're talking easy shots. Just won't fall. But did get the rebound, stayed with it, and got the opportunity for a couple here.
Tyler Norris into the game. Garrett Moretti as well for Wildwood Catholic. Free throw is good. by Redfern.
C.J. Wise in the ball game.
Yep, Wise in now. One of the final players who had not appeared in the game yet. 58-31. Trey Smith, Garrett Moretti, Tyler Norris, C.J. Wise, and DJ Smith are the 5 on the floor for Wildwood Catholic. Atlantic City in transition, and a bucket by Williams. So Jamal Williams with his first bucket of the game. 58-33, final 35 seconds to go. Moretti, Wise, layup, nope, foul. No call. There was a whistle. He did hit the deck, and had this game been a little closer, they might have called a foul.
Yeah, this is a dominating performance by Wildwood Catholic.
28.2 left to go. As Wildwood Catholic will inbound the basketball. Moretti, and he's fouled on the perimeter by Wimbish. Wildwood Catholic, interesting, they play in that non-public B, and they will play St. Mary's at home on Tuesday. Holy Spirit is also in non-public B. They will play Mater Dei on Tuesday as well. We'll get you the full schedule. Moretti at the line makes the first, his first points of the day. So Garrett Moretti in the scoring column, 59-33. The next bucket makes it 60. And it's no good. Rebound, Marsh punches it out to Jamal Williams. Williams, right side for 3. Redfern is no good. The rebound comes down to Smith. Smith can dribble it out. He threw the baseball pass up, and a layup is good. Smith with the layup, 61-33, and that will be how this one ends. It was all Wildwood Catholic today, as the Crusaders are the Cape Atlantic League's best in 2014. They are the Cape Atlantic League champions for 2014. Once again, the final score, 61-33. Wildwood Catholic defeats Atlantic City.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com.
All right, Brian Kniff is going to grab some interviews for us here in just a second. We'll go down courtside with Brian in just one moment, as the Crusaders are going to walk off today with a 61-33 victory, and we'll hear from Coach Dave DeWeese and some of the participants of this matchup. This is a historic day where Wildwood Catholic has defeated Atlantic City for their first ever Cape Atlantic League championship, and Wildwood Catholic is the best team in the Cape Atlantic League for 2014. Brian Kniff will be grabbing Wildwood Catholic as they are presented the team trophy for this 2013-2014 basketball season. Middle Township girls did it this afternoon, and the Wildwood Catholic boys do it this afternoon as well. They are the champions of the Cape Atlantic League. Congratulations to Wildwood Catholic, and of course, good luck to them in the state playoffs, which begin for them on Tuesday. And we're going to go courtside in just a moment with Brian to get some reaction from the Wildwood Catholic crew as they are embracing parents and supporters all over the court. Pretty cool scene for Wildwood Catholic, a school which 2 years ago was going to close, if you remember that story. They got the funds, they stayed open, and now have the best team in the Cape Atlantic League. Pretty amazing story for them.
No question about it. I don't know that much about their history, so I'm not an expert in that regard, but this has to be one of their best teams, Mike. I mean, a senior-laden team. Robertson is senior, McWade is senior, Freeman also, Cook. The only junior that starts is Kevin McWade, so they're going to lose a lot. And getting here as a 4th seed, maybe had a little chip on their shoulder, Mike, and they showed it here today. They played great defense, which they've done all season long. That's been something that's been game in and game out. They've played great defense. They did it here today, and also were able to execute the offense in a big-time way, and they just were in control right from the get-go. Led it 15-2 after the first quarter, and they outscored Atlantic City 16-3 in the third quarter to just pretty much put the game out of reach.
All right, Brian Kniff has Jordan Robertson down on the floor.
All right, here with Wildwood Catholic's Jordan Robertson. Jordan, I know you guys all thought coming in here you had a chance to win if you played well. Did you ever imagine it could have been like this?
No, definitely not. We thought it was going to be way closer of a game, but we came out and played hard from the start, and we did what we needed to do to get the win. How
important was it, at 26-10 at halftime? Everybody knows how good of a team AC is, and then you come out in the second half and go on a 13-2 run, and that pretty much ended it.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Luis emphasized keeping our foot on the pedal and not letting up at all. So that's what we did, and that's what he wanted.
To win this tournament, Millville, you got to survive a last-second shot. You got to have almost a miraculous finish against Holy Spirit, and then to beat a team like this, just put into words the entire experience of the tournament.
It's amazing. It really is. We never expected to actually get here. Like, we knew we could get here, but we knew we'd have to play extremely hard and extremely well to get here. And so it's amazing that me and my team could do this together.
And people have talked about this before with you guys. None of you was caught up in the moment, and that's probably due to the hard schedule that you played.
Yeah, Coach Luis always told us he wanted us to be battle-tested, and that's why he put us through such a tough schedule. So that's what he wanted.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys.
Jordan Robertson today, I believe 25 points, I think, in total, unofficially, and just an amazing run in this tournament for him. The three-point shot, Tony, in the win against Holy Spirit, the dunk to seal that game off, and then the way he today very balanced. I mean, he only had 2 points in the second quarter, but really had a big day for 25 points. He was really the engine for this team offensively today.
Almost like they're a team of destiny, Mike. I mean, they needed a last-second miss by Millville to win that game. And, of course, the big comeback against Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit contributed, I should say, dominated most of the game, or they were in control most of the game, especially down the stretch. They were able to get that big three and win the game. And now here today, boy, a blowout.
George Cook is with Brian.
All right, here we are with George Cook, and congratulations. I asked Jordan the same question. I know you probably thought you could win this game, but you couldn't have thought you'd win it like this.
No, we didn't. I don't know. We lost in the beginning of the season to them. They were talking to us a lot, talking a lot of trash on us, and I told them we'll see them again.
I know you guys, and you kind of flashed the signal a little bit during your team photo with the number 4 up. I know you guys felt a little disrespected with the 4 seed. I mean, you feel some vindication here to win this whole thing?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot to our school. It means a lot to Wildwood. I don't know. I just feel real disrespected that they gave us number 4, actually. We beat good teams in the season, but they gave us number 4. We won a championship.
One of the things that you have to do against Atlanta, one of the things that makes Atlantic City so good is that most times when they play an opponent, they're tougher than the team they play. And you guys really seem to out-tough a tough team today. Tell us about that.
Well, the first game we went 2-3 zones for 32 minutes. This time, Coach said to attack them. We're going to attack them 32 minutes a man. So they've never seen anything like that before.
All right, and to be a Cape Atlantic League champion, put that in words.
It means the world, and anything's possible, man.
Okay, congratulations. Guys.
Thanks, Brian. And Brian Kniff down there with George Cook. He'll be walking around. I'm sure he'll grab Dave DeWeese here in a second, who's being handshakes and pictures with just about everybody. It's a really cool, accomplishment for this school with, about 200 kids in it, a very small basketball community, though, that Wildwood is known for. They really take pride in basketball down there. And this kind of epitomizes what that community is all about. Wildwood Catholic, with, as you said, Tony, has had some great teams, but has never reached this moment. And today, and to do it by beating Atlantic City, a perennial power. It's, a team that has won back-to-back state championships, back-to-back Cape Atlantic League championships. For them to win against Atlantic City, I think really puts an exclamation point on just how special their season was.
But not just to win, Mike, to dominate. totally dominated the game right from the get-go. They were by far the better team here this afternoon. As you mentioned, Atlantic City just didn't seem to have their energy, didn't have their A game, that's for sure. And once they got outscored 15-2 in the opening quarter, they never really recovered. They got outscored 11-10 in the second quarter, but then 16-3 in the third, and that was pretty much it.
61-33 the final, and Atlantic City will play Tuesday night. Atlantic City will play Tuesday night against Vineland in a game we'll have for you here on 97.3 ESPN. And you hope, if you're an Atlantic City fan, that they can regroup. We're going to go back courtside with
All right,
Brian
thanks, Mike.
Cliff.
Dave, what about, tell us about your, I know you thought you had a chance to win this game coming in here. There's no way you could have thought you could have won it like this.
We didn't think we were going to win it like this. We didn't think we had a chance to win the game. I think we were pretty confident we were going to win this game. Not in the way we did, but we were pretty confident that we were going to win this game today.
How important was to be up 26-10 at half and then go 13-2 run to start the second?
The second half, that run in the second half was huge because we knew they were going to come out after us in the second half. We knew the pressure was going to come, and we responded by continuing to attack the basket. We made them pay for pressuring us, and that certainly turned the game in our favor.
And just your thoughts on winning a tournament to beat three really good teams to do it.
Now I said I had to thank the selection committee for putting us in the 4 seed. That was the best motivation our group could have had. They were so motivated when they learned that, and they've carried through. We said we knew we had to beat, no matter what, you had to beat 3 really good teams to win it, and we played 3 really good teams, and we beat them all. So I think we deserve it.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Coach Dave DeWeese, and he's right. They had the toughest round of everybody. They had to go through the highest seeds each time, and I guess clearly making their mark as the best team this year in the Cape Atlantic League.
No question about it. They proved it here this afternoon with a dominating performance against Atlantic City, the back-to-back champions of this Cape Atlantic League tournament, back-to-back Group 4 champions as well, and they just took it to them. We're not going to back away, and as he said, hey, we're not going to take a step back. We're going to take it to them. They did exactly that. They have a solid defense, which they've played excellent all season long. That's a constant when you have that constant defense, and you can execute your offense the way they did. They really executed it, Mike. And, of course, Robertson with an outstanding game at 25 points, showing what he can do both from outside and inside, great moves, and he really is a fantastic player. They just put it all together here in this game, no question about it, and the result was 61-33 out in the final.
Sure was, and of course Atlantic City will play Tuesday night. We'll have it for you on 97.3 ESPN. Wildwood Catholic also has their playoff journey beginning as well, and that game, of course, we'll give you updates on when they're in action. At 7 o'clock tonight, Richard Stockton takes on William Patterson right here at the Sports Center, and that is for the NJAC Championship. So congratulations for Stockton to reach that far. And I believe they got to clear this building out here in the next 20 minutes. Otherwise, you're going to have NCAA violations for high school students being in the building on the same day as a college event is taking place. So they got to get out of here quickly as Stockton plays here tonight in the NJAC final. Once again, Middle Township girls are the Cape Atlantic League champions. Tom Williams and Steve Parker called that game. And here in the boys' championship, it is Wildwood Catholic moving on for the first time. They are the Cape Atlantic League 2014 champions. Got to thank Scott Ewing back at the studio for producing today's games. Matt Ulmer on the video today. And, of course, everybody out there listening. Brian Kniff on the sidelines today. Tom Williams from Prime Events. Joe Fuster with the stats. And Tony Blum here today from Big Blue in Stockton. Once again, the final score, 61-33. Wildwood Catholic, the champions of the Cape Atlantic League. Have a great Saturday night, everybody. Sixers basketball coming up tonight. Allen Iverson's jersey retirement. You can hear that game on 97.3 ESPN. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody.